Welcome back to another episode of the Wheel Randomizer, which I think we are officially rebranding to the TBR Roulette, TB Roulette, TBR Roulette, T2B Roulette, something like that. The TBR Roulette, where we get through both the ebooks on my Kindle and my Nook. So, last time we chatted, we got the first Nook book of the series. Now we are on episode, I think, 7. And episode 6 was the first Nook book. We got The Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maurin. Yep. And I gave this a solid 3.5. I think it would have been higher if it didn't start out a little bit slow for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this, though, as something that was actually kind of a little bit different for me in the fantasy realm. Typically, when I read a fantasy, it's like the Fae kind of fantasy. It's, very fourth wing, very magic driven, stuff like that, where this is a witch and a witch hunter. And it is a arranged marriage kind of situation. It is a enemies to lovers, slow burn kind of thing. And it's YA, but it kind of didn't really feel YA. So kind of check that if that is something you need to be checking. But 3.5 stars. The first half of this got really slow and I got really confused right off the bat, which I think is why it kind of was so slow for me. And so by the end, I was hooked. I will continue the series, absolutely. But I just didn't get hooked right away, which is kind of why I gave it that little bit lower rating. So, back to the wheel. You know how this goes. We got to figure out first, are we doing a Nook book? Are we doing a Kindle book? So far, the Kindle books have won, and it looks like the Nook books are trying to make a comeback because we have a Nook book. We started with 19 books down to 18, and these are going to be way older books. A lot of these are going to be backlog books that we are finally getting through. Friended. So let's check it out. Okay, here's where things get kind of interesting, because those Nook books, I have not purchased a book for my Nook in years. So a lot of these are going to be from high school, early college, where I was literally just getting any book that I could for $1 or $2 off of BookBub and some of those online sources that tell you when books are having sales. So a lot of these might end up being YA, and a lot of them are probably free books. So I'm really interested to see how these play out. Friended is on Goodreads as a Modern Love #1 by Kilby Blades. It is a nostalgia fanfic. Interesting. Okay, we got romance, YA, contemporary, and then I will pause to read if you want to read the little blurb. So there we have it. That is the next ebook read off the TBR Roulette. TBR Roulette. I think that's what we're sticking with. TBR Roulette. Make sure you hit the follow so you don't miss the next one.